Hey guys, today we're going to be making the Gingerbread Man hair bow. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my placement stitching. Alrighty, so that is finished with the placement stitching, and now we are going to move on to doing the tack down stitching. I am using felt for this project, and you can use vinyl or fabric if you want. And I've just laid it right on top of my hoop to make sure it covers all of the placement stitching, and I'm going to go ahead and run the next step, which is the white zigzag lines for the hair bow piece and the little tassels that come off. And I had that stitched down first so that the brown stitching can go around and it looks like a finished edge. So let's go ahead and do that. So I let the machine completely run out. It got the white, the brown, and the pink done. And then I stopped it at that last step for the hair bow, which I'm putting down some red glitter vinyl to make that really pop. And then I'm going to run that last stitch, and then we'll be done with the sewing part. Now that we're finished with the sewing portion, I went ahead and took it off the hoop. Just trim off all your little end tails there, and then you're going to just trim around everything. And go ahead and plug in your hot glue gun if you haven't already done so. Alrighty, so we got them all cut out. Here's all my pieces, and now we're gonna assemble. So I like to use hot glue on these. And the first thing that we are going to do is and I backed this with some like corduroy fabric that I had, because since I'm doing felt on the front, I use like a corduroy type fabric, or you could just use regular fabric just so you don't see that stabilizer, but you still want it to stay thin. So you're going to take this first piece, and we are going to bend the edges here into the center and put a dot of glue here and bend it into the center. And you're just going to press and hold it down for a few minutes, and do the same thing to the other side. piece is actually going to connect to the head. So make sure you get enough glue so that it wraps all the way around and it attaches right there to the head of the gingerbread man to kind of hold these two pieces together. And you can always clamp here to make sure it has a really good bond before moving on to the next step. So it just gives you a little bit of extra, and it kind of holds that head in place so it's not like wobbling around. Alrighty, and then your last step is the little bow. So you can do one of two things with the bow, or actually three things. I'm going to put his bow here to kind of make a distinction between his head and his body. You can do that. You can put it up here to make a little gingerbread girl, or you can stitch this portion out twice and do both of them. So whatever you want to do, I'm going to put it here in the center. And just make sure it's down enough where it's not up on the face. So it kind of covers up that top button. Alrighty. So there is our gingerbread boy hair bow.